But I started writing every menu that we have produced and notes in there, how many pounds of this, what, and how many people came, and this, that, and the other, so that I have a history. And we really do not repeat a lot of the menus. Now, we have meatloaf a lot, Hopkins County stew, except we call it Dinner Bell stew because a lot of times we add some different ingredients that are not just strictly Hopkins County stew type ingredients.
Classic. So how long has Dinner Bell been going on?
All right, it started February 1st, 2012. We planned for 100 people. 7 showed up. The next week, 35, then maybe 45. But by the end of the first year, we had served 5,000 meals. By the end of 3 years, we had served 18,000 meals for people that need a meal. That doesn't mean you don't have the funds. That means that you need a meal. We are seeing a number of older people that want a balanced meal, and we always have salad. That's one thing that is on and we do have low-calorie desserts. There are a lot of people that need the low-calorie, that go for the good fattening things. Sorry, I'm not going to call you on the carpet by name, but anyway, we try to vary things.
Well, and a little bit of companionship that goes along with that meal?
They come, many, at 10:30, sit at the same table, and they visit and have fun there. The iced tea is already ready. In the wintertime, we make hot chocolate, and it's not a package mix. We make our own hot chocolate and have the hot water to go in with it.
That's truly comfort food. Well, Judy, now let's bring Lindsay in, because Dinner Bell has a history. About 2 years ago, Lindsay entered the picture with Dinner Bell. And tell us, did you just show up in Hopkins County, or what's your background?
So I grew up here and graduated high school here, everything. Left for about 12 years and then kind of lived all over the country, and then came back almost 4 years ago. And when I got back, I'm sorry.
What did you do during that 12 years?
You
went to school.
I went to school. I went to Texas Tech first, and I have an English degree. And then I moved to Dallas for about a year, then to Breckenridge, Colorado for almost 4 years. Then I decided to go to culinary school in New York. So then to New York, I did an externship in California, back to New York to finish school, to Boston, and then Iowa, and then back here. Okay. So I legitimately just moved.
At Dinner Bell as a kind of a consultant?
Well, so at the time when I first moved back, I was only working part-time, and so I had lots of free time and was kind of looking for something to do. And my aunt actually ran into Judy in the grocery store, and they started talking. And so then Judy called, and then I just kind of started showing up. That's right. So it was really fun. And
Judy's a very good recruiter.
She's pretty good at it, yes.
Well, so we have a cookbook planned, and it's going to be called Feed My Sheep. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
And the picture on the cover is one of our stained glass windows in the sanctuary.
Well, we have to say that Dinner Bell is always held at First United Methodist Church.
And it is a ministry, a servant ministry of First United Methodist Church.
Okay. Now, after the years of Dinner Bell and the background that Lindsay's bringing, although Judy herself is fond of making cookbooks, we have one planned, first ever
for Dinner Bell. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it will be a hard-bound book.
Okay.
And with pictures and stories about the recipes. And we have stories from some of the people that come. There is one man that as he walks around to get in the line, his hand is out, and I know he wants a bottle of Tabasco. Oh, Mr. Tabasco is what I call him. And because that's what he wants. We have not had ice cream yet. We have had ice cream, but I don't know that he's put the Tabasco on the ice cream.
So that's his favorite condiment there. Well, so before we talk about the event coming up later in July, let's talk about the progress of this idea from cookbook to project. What were your...
So we kind of met, and they I've worked for a couple of cooking magazines and with a cooking background, and so they kind of called and just said, do you have time to help take this on? And so I said yes, and we started meeting, and we just kind of made a plan, and Judy and Susan
Susan McCrary,
yes, spent countless hours pulling recipes and getting them, a lot of them were handwritten, so they had to type them up for me. And so now we started with about 275-ish recipes, and I've cut it down to about a little over 200. It just was getting a little overwhelming. I also put in a few recipes of my own. We've pulled some from a couple of other cooks in the kitchen just to make it as collaborative and as interesting as possible. One of the things that's important to me was just not making it the same as every other book that's out there. And so we really wanted to encompass what we do at Dinner Bell and show how much food we do make from scratch and the creativity behind it.
And photography will be a large part.
Photography is going to be huge. That's probably the biggest undertaking of the book. And for me, we are going to have 2 full days of photography. We will photograph 60 to 70 recipes. We have been blessed enough that we've outsourced all of the recipe ingredients to about 64 individuals who have volunteered to prepare a meal or at least prep it out and bring us the ingredients, which is huge for us because we have no expense in that now. But that's still 2 full days of work for us. And then we will have the Taste of Dinner Bell on the 31st.
And that's where we bring the public into this.
Correct.
So you're going to photograph all your dishes for the cookbook. Judy,
Correct.
Tell me if I'm right.
Yes.
People can come and taste these prepared dishes.
On Friday. Our photo shoots Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 in the Fellowship Hall, where we hold Dinner Bell every Wednesday, we will have the Taste of Dinner Bell. And we're asking people to call either the church, 885-2185, or Sharon Hughes, and you have her number there. It's 885-3282 to make a reservation. We're not selling hand ticket. We're having a list, and we'll check you $15 a person, but you're going to receive lots of food for $15. But remember, it's a donation type thing. This is supporting the ministry. It is not a restaurant that's selling food that Friday. It's lots of people that are putting together that love the Dinner Bell.